Okay. Okay, so hello everyone. Thanks for either tuning in or being here live. This is going to be a just a quick presentation on fundraising for your student org. So my name is Bryce Pass. I'm a CLD budget intern. I'm a senior here at Whitewater. And then Abby Daniels also helped us put together this presentation. She works at CLD as well. And I'll let Alexa introduce herself here quick.
I'm Alexa Blazik and I work with Bryce. We're both budget interns together.
All right. So we'll start off by talking about the fundraising policy for your org, and then we'll go into talking about the form and connect to fill out before you do a fundraiser to get it approved. And then Alexa will talk about some ideas to help you get started with fundraising because obviously COVID is making it tough right now. So we have a few ideas to still fundraise with COVID, taking the necessary safety precautions, as well as hopefully some ideas to fundraise without COVID here in the coming years. So I'll start off with the fundraising policy here. Just some quick notes from the policy. So fundraising in the University Center, Esker, or Drumlin must be conducted at the hallway tables that you see here in these pictures. These pictures are in the University Center. If you've walked through there, you've probably seen people fundraising, as well as there's already tables set up in Drumlin and Esker for fundraising. So those are the only spots in those buildings that fundraising is allowed. You can reserve these tables through UC reservations in the University Center. The fundraising must be approved prior to an event, which is what I talked about with the fundraising form that we'll go over later. Baked goods and candy are the only food items permitted during non-COVID. Right now, I saw on the fundraising form, everything obviously has to be pre-packaged, so you can't do any baked goods right now. But hopefully in future years, you should be able to. And then if you use any Whitewater trademarks, they must conform to the university licensing, which you will need prior approval for. Continuing on here, if you do a raffle, you have to obtain a raffle license. So that's one of the tougher fundraisers that you might do. Sales and donations for services and special projects are acceptable. Tickets for events for recognized student orgs are acceptable. Obviously, when you're fundraising, you want to keep everything appropriate and inclusive to everyone on campus, so keep that in mind. Credit card sales are prohibited with the fundraising on campus. And then any questions that you have about fundraising, you should bring to the Korean Leadership Development, which is in UC 146, and we can get those answered for you. Also, you could send Alexa or I an email, and we could also help you out with any questions that you might have. So this is the fundraising form that I was talking about that's located in Connect. So this is just navigating to the form. I put the link here up top, but if you just Google UW Connect, it should pop up. It's technically called Presence now, so it'll take you to that site. And then on the top ribbon bar here, I showed you where I have a red square is forms. So you'll click on that, and that will bring you down to this fundraising approval form. There's also a bunch of other forms in there, so you just have to find this one in the list. And then you'll click on this, and it'll take you to the next screen here, which is everything that you need to fill out to get the approval for the fundraising. So they're just basic questions that you'll go down here with what kind of group you are, whether you're a student org, a department, a class, or other. Go through your name, email address, phone number, so that we can contact you with any questions that we might have prior to approval. And then it just asks you what you're raising the money for. And then the last part of this form is just some logistical details. So you'll just want to include anything that you think might be necessary to determine the approval of your fundraising. And then, like I said, any questions that you have with fundraising, anything about the policy, or definitely when you're filling out the form, if you have any questions, just go ahead and send Alexa and I an email at cldbudget@uww.edu, and we can get back to you right away. Otherwise, if you're on campus, you can stop into the Career and Leadership Development Center, which is located in the up in the top right of the University Center. It's technically UC 146 is the room number, and somebody at the front desk can help you out or get you in contact with somebody that can answer any question that you might have. So now the next part here is we'll move on to Alexa talking about some ideas.
So with COVID, obviously fundraising is a little bit more difficult. So some options are a virtual, silent, or real-time auction. A lot of these ideas are just going to be things that you could have done without COVID, but now you just obviously put it online. So you can also do a non-contact bake sale. With that, you could send out an order form or something for like brownies and then just deliver it to their door, non-contact, super easy. You could do a restaurant night, Culver's, Texas Roadhouse, anything within the area. You can also do a virtual 5K run, walk, workout commitment, to get people motivated, get people moving. That's always fun. And then you can also just provide services, raking lawns, pulling weeds, doing anything like that. Service nights are always a good idea. You partner with a local business to get people in, and then you get a percentage of money collected. So I know some sororities do this. We actually just got an email. I don't know what the sorority was, but they're doing one through Qdoba. So you go out and buy some food there, and then they get a percentage of that money. And then another idea is the social media challenges. The ice bucket challenge was a big thing a couple years ago. Just finding ways to create content online and raise some money. So obviously fundraising without COVID. You can do bake sales, tie-dye shirts, 50/50 raffles. You'd have to obtain a license, like Bryce said. A used book sale, gas cards are always good because everyone needs gas. T-shirt fundraisers, and then you can have guest speakers too, just to kind of shed some light on your org or something interesting. So those are all the ideas I have, and I think that's the end of the presentation. Does anyone have any questions? All right, sounds good. So if you do have any questions, like Bryce said, you can just obviously reach us at the CLD budget um, email, which is shown right here. So, Bryce, you're muted.
Good call. Thanks for coming in, everybody, in person. And if you're watching in online, like Alexa said, feel free to ask any questions, and or even if you need help with ideas for fundraising, we're here for that as well. So anything you might need, feel free to contact us. Thanks, everyone.